Guys, welcome back to another video. So I finally have the Dell 32-inch 4K 240Hz OLED monitor, and I've been so excited to use this just because it finally has eARC. So if you guys don't know, the only way to get Dolby Atmos for your soundbar if you're connected to a PC is by having ARC or eARC, and there hasn't been any monitors with eARC. So that's exciting, but other than that, I used to use a 32-inch 144Hz 4K monitor, and that was really fun, but it had a lot of ghosting, so I bought the LG 27-inch 1440p OLED monitor, and that's been my go-to ever since. But now that they finally released this monitor, I'm excited to finally go back to a 32-inch, and it's 240Hz, and it's OLED. And if you guys don't know, the LG monitor, my one complaint last year was it was pretty dark, but this one is going to be QD Oled instead of the WOLED from LG. So really exciting stuff. This video is going to be pretty raw. We're just going to unbox it, give it a first impressions, get it set up, and then after a week from now, we're going to do a full review. So make sure you come back to the channel. But for now, I need to bring my LG monitor upstairs and I need to unbox this guy. So let's go do that. So it's finally here. We got this monitor. It's pretty light compared to any other monitors I've had. Okay, so inside the box we have the power cord. Yeah, this is an HDMI cable. We got a DisplayPort cable. And we have the USB upstream cable. We got some manuals. So it looks like this is the back plate, so you can hide like your cords. This is the stand. So I'm not gonna mount it on an arm right now. I'll just use the stand so we get the full experience. And this is the base. So this is the base stand. And the monitors inside. Oops, I'm ripping it already. But yeah. I actually think if you have the Dell monitor arm like I do, it might actually fit here. The only gripe I had with a 34-inch is it wouldn't fit. I needed an adapter. So that would be kind of sick if it just like snaps in here. So I'll have to test it out mounted on the full review. So one thing cool about Dell is, since this is a Dell product and OLEDs, a lot of people are concerned about burn-in. So with Dell, they have a 3-year burn-in warranty. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure all their monitors had a burn-in warranty. So this should be the same. Yeah, it's like this. There you go. And then you screw the bottom in. All right, so pretty simple so far. And honestly, I think this one just snaps in like this. Done. So easy to get this set up. Alright, let's pull it out. Put it here. Okay, so I want to talk about ports for now. So for ports, we got DisplayPort, and we have 2 HDMI ports, but this one, I said it has eARC. So that's so exciting. And then you have USB ports right here, and here's an upstream. So those are actually pretty good ports. The only thing I wish is if they added USB-C with power delivery. That would have been so cool because you could just like connect your laptop through Thunderbolt, but it doesn't have it. It's not the end of the world. But if they did that, this would probably be the only monitor I would recommend. So, oh, and if I stand this up, the only thing, if you guys are not a fan, it is curved. So it's probably not a big deal because the curve is not that curved. I've definitely seen more monitors with a curve like I think the Odyssey G7, but this is not as curved, so it should be fine. And it doesn't, yeah. It goes up and down and then it swivels. But you can't flip this like vertical. But I mean, who would ever flip this into a vertical position? That would be insane. So one thing I have to point out over here, they finally got smart because they probably got so many returns. They tell you that if you're gonna clean your monitor, rub in a circular motion and spray the towel and not the monitor. A long time ago, I saw someone spray their monitor and they started wiping up and down. And on the Dell, it literally wiped off the coating. So that's no good. So they finally got smart and they put that in here so that no one can make the mistake. Because they probably got so many returns just because they probably rubbed off the coating. Yeah, let's get it on the desk. Okay, here's gonna be first turn on this monitor. It makes you choose your language. I'll choose English. And it says Dolby Vision. I don't think NVIDIA does Dolby Vision, but let me confirm that. Okay, so HDR is on, so I'm gonna turn it off for now. Oh, dude. Even in SDR, this is still so much brighter than my LG monitor. That is crazy. It looks like a glass. So I just powered this monitor on, and honestly, guys, I cannot believe we finally have a glossy OLED monitor. And first thing I noticed is, okay, yeah, it's curved, but it's not too bad. You can definitely tell that it's curved, but I'm pretty sure you'll adjust to it right away. The curve is not bad, but I think there's another monitor from Asus that's coming out exactly like this, but I don't know if it's glossy, but it will be flat. But honestly, first impressions, this monitor is pretty goated. I mean, I'm like shocked. It says Dolby Vision. I don't know about Dolby Vision with NVIDIA, but I mean, if it is Dolby Vision, then great. Let's do a ghosting test real fast. Like doing the ghosting test, obviously this is OLED, and there's just no ghosting. Okay, so I turned the lights off so we can just play some HDR movies. It looks so good. I'll do Avatar since this is a lot more colorful. Here you go. Okay, so first game I'm gonna try while everything else is downloading. I'm gonna try Valorant just to see like if I can perform okay while bumping up resolution and also having a bigger screen. So I honestly don't know how to show this to you guys, so I am behind my monitor. And look, 400 FPS still while playing Valorant. Obviously, Valorant's such an easy game to drive, so it shouldn't be an issue coming from 1440p. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is still so smooth. It's funny how everything is so small. Like the crosshair is smaller. I can't see. Okay, so while waiting for games to download, I just decided to try Arc or eArc. So I have my soundbar over here set up. I don't remember if this soundbar has Dolby Atmos, so I'm gonna have to try my Sonos. But for now, we're gonna try Arc on this, and it actually works. And at first, I couldn't get it to work. However, in the settings, of the Dell. So what you have to do is, Windows doesn't actually recognize it until you go to Other, and then you need to turn this on. HDMI CEC. So now, if I go to my sounds, here you go. Now it recognizes my monitor that can play music, and this is all through DisplayPort, which is kind of nice because now I can go to YouTube and now I can go to YouTube and it will actually have sound. We'll just play something random. Here's my old ones. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Okay, so now that Cyberpunk is finally downloaded, let's give something more demanding than Valorant a try. And now it's also connected to soundbar. So that's why I'm saying it's pretty exciting that this monitor has ARC. I don't know why Dolby Atmos is not working because I just checked that this soundbar is Dolby Atmos, but I'm just gonna swap it to the Sonos for the full review. But for now, let's go ahead and try Cyberpunk. So let's go to settings. We'll do DLSS. And then here you go. 4K. So you can see for Cyberpunk, we're getting, with DLSS on, we're getting 105-ish FPS, 108. So we're outside with DLSS 4K, we're still getting 115 FPS. So yeah, we don't have, obviously we don't get 240, but this is also Cyberpunk, which is really hard to drive, and yeah, this is freaking sick. So I'm just gonna shoot these guys. Go see if we can. No DLSS. How about that? So with no DLSS, we're getting about 60 FPS. Still extremely playable, guys. Okay, so here, without DLSS, I'm getting 70 FPS, and this is Dying Light 2. I love this game. Dude, this looks so crazy. This is so clear. Yeah, with 60 FPS, this is not bad. So let me just wrap up my first impressions and what I think about this monitor. So 4K compared to 1440p. I forgot how much of a difference that is. Obviously the PPI is so much higher. Texts are so crisp. That's honestly like such a huge plus because I work with Excel and Word documents every day, and for trading you just have so much more screen real estate because it's 4K, and the bump in screen size really helps a lot. And as far as gaming, if you play like action games, role-playing games, it is so immersive just because the bump in screen size from 27 is so good. I actually can't wait to try this out in sim racing just because I do sim race down here once in a while, and a lot of people just use a 32-inch monitor because they don't have space. So I'm gonna try that. That should be fun. But for competitive FPS, it should be okay as long as you have the desk space. Just because the screen size is bigger, now you're actually gonna have to push your screen back, or you're gonna have that fatigue because you're gonna have to move your head. With a smaller monitor, you can just like keep your head still and just move your eyes and you'll see like mini maps and stuff. But with a bigger monitor, you're gonna have to push it back, or you're gonna have to like look up, look right. But should not be a big deal. You just have to adjust a little bit. Like I said earlier today, I used to use a 32-inch and I'm still stuck in Diamond. I was Diamond 3, I was almost Ascendant, but it's not too bad if you're doing competitive stuff. The bump from 144 Hz to 240 Hz is a huge improvement. And then, like I said earlier, when doing the blur test, there's not going to be any blur just because this is OLED. So it has really good gray to gray response times. So lastly, I want to talk about ARC. So it's kind of cool that I was able to make ARC work. I can make my soundbar work here, but I don't know why there's no Dolby Atmos. I don't know if that's just like my soundbar issue or if that's a panel issue. So I'm gonna have to research a little bit more. But yeah, so far, first impressions. If you're super competitive, this is probably not the monitor for you, just because I know they have the QD Oled that's 360 Hz, and that monitor is probably gonna be better if you're like super sweaty, extra competitive. That's the monitor for you. But for all around general use, trading, Excel worksheets, PowerPoint, browsing the web, watching movies, honestly, this is a really good monitor. And I'm so excited. This is gonna be my main. I know there's other monitors coming out there, like the LG32 OLED, and that's also like 480 Hz in 1080p, and it also has 32 4K. So that's something interesting. But I'm gonna use this monitor for a week, and then I'll give you guys my full review. So make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell so you're notified when I drop that video. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.